first tonight on Arise Primetime, a developing story out of the UK. Two senior British ministers have resigned, saying they can no longer serve under the Prime Minister, Boris Johnson, moments after he told a BBC programme that he mishandled the latest scandal to engulf his government. The Chancellor of the Exchequer, Rishi Sunak, and the Health Secretary, Sajid Javid, have both handed in their resignations. Boris Johnson has been accused of making several misleading statements, most recently about the behaviour of a colleague who had drunkenly groped fellow members at a private club. Well, for the very latest, let's go straight away to London and speak to Arise chief correspondent John Cookson. Great to see you, John. So, two top cabinet resignations in quick succession. I mean, it sounds like it's as bad as it could be for Boris Johnson.
Absolutely, a political earthquake rocking Britain at the moment, and this story changes almost by the minute. Charles, about an hour ago, I would have said to you that Boris Johnson is toast. He's finished. He's done. He's got to go, having lost two very, very senior cabinet ministers who've supported him in the past. To lose your Chancellor and your Health Secretary, look, it just, as you say, doesn't get much worse. Remember Maggie Thatcher back in 1990? She was forced, in effect, to resign after cabinet ministers walked into number 10 and said, "Look, old girl, it's time to go." I thought we were in that situation about an hour ago, but Charles, extraordinarily, a number of cabinet ministers are now throwing their weight behind Boris Johnson, and they include Dominic Raab, the Justice Secretary, Home Secretary Priti Patel, Liz Truss, the Foreign Secretary, the Levelling Up Secretary, Michael Gove, Nadine Dorries, the Culture Minister, all say, "We back Boris," Charles. Now, that's very significant. He's lost two cabinet ministers, but it seems that the rest of the cabinet tonight are still behind him, and it's not resignation time. And, you know, he was described by a former prime minister as a greased piglet, something you couldn't get hold of, was Boris Johnson. David Cameron called him a greased piglet, and my goodness me, he's living up to that reputation. Again, you know, things could change in the next hour. We might hear that he's finally decided to quit, but my sense of it is tonight he'll cling on for grim death. Charles.
And, I mean, in spite of that, obviously, John, this is a bombshell development for the Prime Minister. You said it's not the beginning of the end, perhaps not just yet. But beyond these two ministers, John, I mean, what about the mood in the Conservative Party? Has it absolutely and conclusively turned against the Prime Minister?
Well, if you're talking about rank and file MPs, then it has to say that, you know, yes, that's already happened. We had that vote of confidence a couple of weeks ago when 148 of his backbenchers voted against him. That's a third of MPs. But he survived that vote of confidence. So at that level, rank and file, there is disquiet. But, you know, with cabinet ministers backing him tonight, that kind of changes everything, really, in terms of his imminent resignation. Look, it might come down the line in weeks from now, who knows, but the situation is very, very fluid tonight.
John, thank you very much indeed. John Cookson is Arise chief correspondent, and he was talking to us about the latest political developments out of the UK. He was, of course, there in London.